Well, hey there, safety friends. This is the Safety Geek, and I am back, and I have got an announcement coming right at you. This is Safety Bri, your number one safety geek. Why do we have the behaviors that we do? Superheroes in the workplace, right? All of those things that go into making you an effective safety manager. I love what we do. Motivation, learning, teaching, training, teamwork. I geek out over that just as much as I do safety. Well, hello, and welcome to the Safety Geek podcast. This is Bri, your number one safety geek, and I know I have been gone for a very long time, but I am coming back. Not in this episode, although I will give you some information. This episode is just an announcement that I am starting the show back up, so you will start seeing episodes in your feed again. And if you are listening to this, that means that you are linked to my brand new feed. Because if you don't know about the podcast world, when you change hosting providers, sometimes there's some little funkiness in the feed, and some services don't get it and some do. And I am just here to tell you that if you're listening to this, you will get all the new episodes because you are on the new feed. And I also want to apologize because there is a chance that when I change providers that it's going to refresh all of the episodes that are in your current player. I know I've seen that with other podcasts that I follow, where when they change their feed, then all of a sudden every episode I ever watched is now showing unplayed. And if you're anything like me, that annoys the heck out of me. So I am apologizing if that happens. I am trying very hard to do this the right way. But if there is a chance, you might end up seeing that. So I do have some new information to share with you. I will be telling you what I've been doing over the past several months that I have not been podcasting, and I will catch you up on all things Safety Geek. If you're interested, stick around. If not, then just know that more safety management information will be coming to you starting next week. So thank you so much for subscribing, and I really appreciate you being here. All right. So those of you that are wondering, like, Bri, where the heck have you been? I know it has been since November since I have posted a podcast. And that's because I was getting extremely overwhelmed. If you have been on the Safety Geek website, then you'll know, like, I do a lot of information on there, and I was just getting overwhelmed with how much I was creating. And then it wasn't allowing me time to actually create the programs that I want to create for you for sale. So, like, I do have to pay the bills type of thing. So I was like, let me just take 6 weeks, finish this project, and then I'll get back to podcasting and YouTube videos and all of that good stuff. And then what happened was it was just one project after another, after another, after another. And then finally, in June of this year, I just said no. I just started to take my own advice and say, no, I cannot take on any more projects. I have to do what I'm doing and create some space in my life. So I did that, and it's been amazing. And now I realize, like, okay, I have time to come back to the podcast. I was recently interviewed on a couple of podcasts, and I forgot how much fun they are. And then I did the very narcissistic thing and actually listened to a couple of my episodes, and I was like, oh, this is really good information. I really need to get back to do this. So I'm back, and I hope to be able to keeping it up as long as possible. So if you have any content ideas or anything that you would like me to share on the podcast, you're welcome to reach out to me. My email address is bri@thesafetygeek.com. That is BRYE at thesafetygeek.com. I will take all suggestions, and I will be making new episodes moving forward. So you might be wondering, like, what have I been doing all this time? What projects are you talking about? So just a little bit of an update since November. So we're talking 9 months. No, I did not have a baby. I did lose 30 pounds though, so woohoo. And my hair got really long. I probably should cut it, but that's really about it. I mean, we're still kind of in the whole half quarantine, half not. I mean, I live in Florida, which pretty much the virus doesn't exist in Florida. At least people like to act like it doesn't. So once I got vaccinated, I felt a lot more comfortable to go out in public and all of those things. So I did that until this whole Delta variant came along. And I've pretty much spent the last few weeks just cooped up back in my home office. Kids are back in school, so that's really good. And the whole house is healthy, vaccinated, and we are all doing amazing. So the projects that I have launched over the past 9 months that relate to things that you might be interested in. You may already know about some of these, you may not. First and foremost, I actually moved the free Facebook group over to a separate platform off of social media. And I call it the community. You can find it at community.thesafetygeek.com. It is completely free from all social media and all social media algorithms. And I did this for a couple of reasons. The first one being that I was finding a lot of people were telling me they're not on Facebook anymore. And it might have just been the political climate over the past year or so where people have just kind of dropped Facebook a lot. I know traffic from Facebook had been down. So I was like, people are not able to get to my information because they're not even on Facebook. Number two reason why I did it is honestly, I'm not a huge fan of social media. I find it a huge distraction. Like if I would go into Facebook to be in the group, then I kind of got stuck in Facebook checking out other things. And then that was wasting a lot of my time. And if it was doing it to me, I'm sure that it was doing it to you as well. So that's why I kind of created this different platform called the community. I will tell you, I am in love with it. It literally looks like a social media, so it makes it very easy to use, but it is 100% safety all the time. I vet the people that come in. If you have to answer some questions, you have to verify your information before you come in. I do monitor the community very tightly. So if anybody is posting anything negative, I do have a process to handle that. One of my problems in Facebook, not necessarily my Facebook group, but just Facebook in general, is that I find a lot of safety managers reluctant to ask questions, or they have to kind of put a little caveat to it going like, please be nice, I'm new, right? Because there's some nasty people out there, especially when it comes to the anonymity of Facebook or the anonymity of social media, is that they just feel like they can say and treat people in a bad way. And my goal is to elevate our role. And the only way that we can do that is if we all learn from each other in a nice, positive environment. So I feel like having it off of social media will make it a little bit more positive as well. And I'll tell you, years ago, I used to subscribe to JJ Keller's forum, and that was very expensive. And every morning I would start my day, and this is what I envision the community becoming for you, is every morning I would start my day in the forum, and I would answer any questions that I saw posted in there. And then in the afternoon after lunch, I would then visit the forum again, and I would post any questions that had come up into my mind as well. So that way I was giving and I was taking, because you want to make sure that in order to have a community, we're sharing stories and experiences that we can actually grow from. And the only way we can do that is if we're not, vampires about the content, is that we are giving as well as taking. So we're asking questions, but we're also answering and giving our opinions and sharing our stories and our experiences in other people's questions. So that's what I'm fostering over in the community. Now, when you go to the community site, it is free to join, but there are different sections of the community. There's the free section. There is a premium section that I call the squad. And that's where I spend most of my time, is helping out squad members and answering questions and posting conversation starters within the squad. So the squad is premium membership. It's about $25 a month, a little bit less if you get the annual subscription. And when you're a member of the squad, you get the premium content. And what we're doing in the squad is so amazing. Every single month, there is a different theme. And now those themes are designed to help you propel your career forward. So within that theme, I may have several different conversation starters. I may share different articles for you to read and share your opinion on. I do a monthly webinar. The monthly webinar is not necessarily related to the theme, but it could be. I share templates or anything like that that's related to either the theme or the webinar. And moving forward, I'm going to also be focusing on getting subject matter experts to interview within the squad. And I'm also doing a member spotlight every month as well. So that's the squad. So when you go into the community, you'll see a section that says the squad and you can join there. Now, as a member of the community, in the free part, you do also have access to our free quarterly challenges. So what I have planned is every month we'll do a different challenge within the community. This is just to help build engagement. Because different from social media is all about, hey, I'm here, show me some attention, right? Where community is about coming together and being part of a team and learning from each other. No, there is no expert. It's we're all learning together. That's the big difference between the two. And what I have found is that sometimes people are so used to social media that they don't rightly participate the way that they should. So these challenges are designed to help get you to participate in the community and to share your opinions, your experiences, your stories, and all of that good stuff. So for example, the challenge that we just finished in the squad, which we did in June, was a hazard scavenger hunt where you had to go, you were given a list of hazards to find. And then if you found them in your facility or in the community, while you're out and about in your life, you would post a picture of it. And then we could all vote on it and we can see it and all of that good stuff. So that was our very first challenge. Our next challenge will be in September. I do know the topic of it, but not off the top of my head. So I apologize for not having that ready. So we have that going on in the community and in the squad. The other project that I have finished that I am so excited about is Safety Management Academy. Now, I know I've told you about this before, but when I first released Safety Management Academy, I released it as like a cohort of students, right? Like I only had it open for a short amount of time and I had those students go through it. And then I did it again a few months later. Now, Safety Management Academy is open for enrollment at all times. And the way that I've set this up is that once you enroll, you are then given a link within the community to access a special club in the community. And that's where you can ask all of your Safety Management Academy questions. You can attend live Q&A sessions. So it all kind of ties back to the community. Now, if you don't know what SMA is, Safety Management Academy is an intensive course. I would say it would probably take you 8 to 12 weeks to finish that basically teaches you how to create processes within your management system. So it teaches you the safety management cycle and how to set up the processes for each cycle. So that way your program is basically just running on a cycle and it improves month over month over month. It is how I have literally built world-class safety programs over and over and over again. It's a process I perfected after starting safety programs from scratch at multiple acquisitions for the companies that I've worked for. Because when you work for a big corporation, lots of times they will buy other companies and then they're not vetted for safety. And then you walk in and it's like a dumpster fire, basically, and you have to kind of fix it. So there is that project that you need to check out. The other project that you need to check out is my new workshop series. So the very first workshop is released. It is a hazard assessment workshop. You can check this out at thesafetygeek.com/HA workshop, or you can go to courses.thesafetygeek.com and you'll find it there as well. Plus, it's also linked within the community. So the idea is to have multiple short workshops. Now, the difference between Safety Management Academy and a workshop is the workshop is very focused on one topic, and it is designed for you to get through it within a day or two. When you are starting out in your safety management journey, one of the most important things for you to perfect is how to identify hazards and then to create a list of the hazards at your facility so that way you can prioritize them and then mitigate those risks. That's what this workshop shows you. You can literally get through this workshop in a day or two and have a comprehensive hazard assessment at the end of your period there. Those are the things that I have been working on while I was away in the last 9 months, as well as other things that are not Safety Geek related. What is going to be coming in the future? Ooh. So I have got lots of ideas in my head and just not enough time to make them happen. So as of right now, I'm focusing on the community and on the squad and making sure that I'm giving you guys a ton of value there. I have about 3 or 4 other workshop topics that I want to create. Plus, I am supporting all of the students in Safety Management Academy. And the next big project is restarting this podcast as well as the YouTube channel. If you have not been a subscriber of the YouTube channel, be sure to check it out. You can find it on YouTube. Just search for Safety Geek. You'll be able to find it. I think it's youtube.com/C/Safety Geek, I think is what the URL is. But what I had been doing previously was taking this podcast and making it in a video form. And I've decided not to do that anymore, is to actually make the podcast and the YouTube video 2 different things, because I want the YouTube videos to be a lot shorter and I want the podcast to be more like a conversation. It's you and I having coffee together, my safety friend. Can't get that same impression with a long YouTube video. I have decided to make them separate. So you do need to subscribe to both if you want to get all the information. But I will tell you right now, the only thing you're going to find on that YouTube channel is previous podcasts. I am in the process of uploading all the old Facebook Live videos as well. So we'll be getting those in there too. And that is about it. I think I will sign off for now. Be sure that you check your feed. I will be posting a new episode next week. And thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for staying subscribed. Thank you for joining the community. I cannot wait to see you in there. And I will chat with you next week. Bye for now. Hey there! What did you think about this week's episode? I would love to know. Hop on over to thesafetygeek.com and leave a comment and rating on this week's show notes. And while you're there, click on that little share button to tell your friends about it. Thanks, and I'll chat with you next week.